everyone, welcome to today's class. I'm Kelly Manzone. We're going to need a few things today. Your stick mobility bundle, the 2 long sticks, though if you would like for certain exercises, depending on space, you could swap out the single long stick for your shorter stick mobility stick. And if you don't have them, a wooden dowel, PVC pipe, broom, anything will do. We'll also need access to a ceiling for Dunphy squats or a beam, a side wall, and if you have it, a towel or a pillow for your knee, because we are going to be doing some knee down lunge work with a bench. So if you have, I have a short step here that I'm going to be using. You could use your couch, a chair, a bench if you have it. And if you have a resistance band that you could wrap around the tops of the feet, this one is medium tension. This is for the middle of our workout. You do not need to use it though, so no worries if you don't have it. Getting started, we're really going to focus today on opening up our lateral lines, and we're going to work into our legs quite a bit for building strength. Starting off with typical bow and arrow, and we're going to add a little bit of flossing to irritate the fascia. So I'm going a little bit wider than hip width, going to take my stick to the outside of my right foot. So I'm aware that the camera flips me. Even though this is my left side, I'm going to call it my right side. So the left hand is going to come up, thumb is going to face down. That bottom right hand is going to find the sticker. When you go into your bow and arrow, I want you to focus on gripping the ground with the feet and lead with the hips first. So I'm going to send the hips out, then I'm going to press out with that bottom arm, making sure that the shoulder is down away from the ear. And then this top left hand, I'm going to kind of pull back a little bit and feeling that tension through the lat. While I'm here, I want you to push down into the stick. At the same time, I am about 20, maybe 30% tension. And then you're going to slowly take the arms forward, keeping the chest still. So your torso is not moving with the stick. The hip line and the chest are staying in place, and you're just going forward into the sagittal plane and then out to the side on the frontal plane. We're going to do a few more here. Again, pushing down into the floor. Excellent. Let's do one more. Pause for a moment. Hold the stretch. Take that tailbone under. Now I'm going to look upward towards the ceiling to open up a little bit of that front line and then gently release. Going to the other side. So this again, the stick is a couple inches out from the midline of your left foot. Right hand, thumb is going to face down, and then the bottom left hand finds that sticker. Lead with the hips first, press out second with that bottom arm, and then pull back with the top arm. Gripping the ground with the feet, glute squeeze, tailbone under, flossing the arms. And you may find that one side is a little bit more restricted than the other. I want you to kind of take little mental notes throughout class. And then at the end of class, when we go back into bow and arrow, I want you to see if you see a difference from when you started class. Now, as you're going out into your flossing, it's important to note too that you're not jetting forward with the chin. Let's do 2 more. My stick is kind of sliding out on the floor. That's okay. 1 more. Now pause here, opening up that front line. I'm going to kind of come under a little bit and look upward towards the ceiling. Hold. Deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth or the nose, depending on how you like to breathe, and then slowly take it in. I practice a lot of diaphragmatic breathing. So with your diaphragmatic breathing, if you'd like to do that throughout the class, your mouth is closed with the tongue resting on the roof of your mouth, and you would breathe through the diaphragm, inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Now I'm going to go on profile here, a little bit of a diagonal. Going into some shoulder dislocates, you're going to take your horse stance. So your feet are gripping the ground, slightly wider than hip width, knees are soft, tailbone is under. Holding a single stick wide, pull apart on the stick. Chin stays neutral, we're not compensating, all fingers stay connected to the stick, and then as it passes over the forehead, you're going to push in. So you pull apart to light up the posterior line, Again, rib cage closed, chin neutral, all fingers on. You only go to where you're comfortable and push into the stick. We're gonna add on now. Pull apart, go back to your stop point, then take the stick right up overhead, push into the stick, hip hinge forward. Nice length through the spine. Come up, pause here, keep pushing into the stick, and gently lower. Let's do one more. Pull apart on the stick, activate that posterior line. Go into your shoulder dislocate, back to where you're comfortable without compensating. Come up overhead, push into the stick, and then again, hip hinge forward, nice flat back, grip the ground with the feet, and then drive up, push into the stick, lower towards the tops of the thighs. So we're just gonna switch our grip now. I'm gonna face you for a moment. So you're grabbing wide on the stick with the palms facing up, going on profile. I'm gonna take, this is my left side, so I'm gonna flip left to right, and then hip hinge, soften into the knees, round down. Feel that stretch between the shoulder blades. Deep breath in and out. Slowly roll up, stacking the spine, coming through center, and switch. So facing on, right? Palms up, crossover, hip hinge forward, round down. My knees are unlocked. Deep breath in and out. And then again, pushing into the floor, slowly, slowly roll up, and then uncross. We're gonna go into slap shot, starting a little bit narrow first, and then as we warm up, we're gonna widen our stance. So your stick is gonna go to the swell of your lower back, a little bit wider than hip width. Hip hinging forward, this right side is gonna cross over to the left, opening up a little bit of the front line on that left side, and then we're gonna warm up the fascia, moving our neck. So articulating our neck, eyes lead the head, look upward towards the ceiling, and then slowly down to the floor. Again, upward towards the ceiling, down to the floor, pause here. Release, come through center. Now left goes over to the right as far as you can comfortably. We're not moving our hip line yet. Looking upward towards the ceiling, and then down to the floor. I can really feel the stretch through the bicep down into my forearm on this side. Let's do it one more. Upward towards the ceiling, downward towards the floor, push into the feet, and slowly come up. Now we're gonna add on, stepping out wider into our slap shot. This right side is gonna come across to the left as far as I can comfortably. So I want you to, again, be mindful of your alignment. And now I'm gonna bend deep into this right knee. That left leg is gonna stay straight, toes facing forward towards you. And now I'm gonna glide over to the left. Shift back over to the right. And I'm putting my seat back, so I'm not going forward into the ball of that foot. And then glide. We've got one more on this side. Shift, gliding over to the right. Look upward towards the ceiling, just like we did earlier. And then downward towards the floor. One more time. Upward towards the ceiling. Downward towards the floor. And then glide over towards your left. Pause here. Soften into both knees. Release, coming through center. Take a moment. Heel toe in safely and shake it out. And we're going to go to our other side. Take your time. Find your position where you're comfortable. Tailbone is under. This left side, as we hip hinge, is going to come across to the right. So hip hinge forward. Left hooks to the right where you can comfortably. Then I want you to take a nice deep bend into that left knee. Right leg is nice and straight. Again, gripping the ground, getting a nice stretch of the ankle here too. And then glide and shift over towards your right. Pause here. Now you'll feel it down the inside of the left leg. Shift. Maybe go a little bit lower into the stretch. I want you to work with what is comfortable for you. Glide back over. Hold here for a moment. Breathing, and now as we shift, we're going to articulate the neck. Once again, eyes leading the head. Look upward towards the ceiling. Downward towards the floor. Again, upward towards the ceiling. Downward towards the floor. Let's do one more. Breathing. Shift. Pause here. Again, look up. Look down. Center yourself, soften into both knees. Release the stick. And then heel toe in safely and shake it out. Now we're going to grab our small bench or whatever you have available to you. I'm going to go a little bit on a diagonal here. And your second stick, if you need it, you're going to use your towel for your left knee. So we're going to take our right leg forward. Our left knee is going to be on the ground with the top of the foot face down on the bench. So take a moment for your setup. I'm going to make sure that the sticks are nice and close to my hip line. And then as you take your arms up, chin neutral, I want you to tuck that tailbone under. Gripping the ground with your front right foot. Eyes forward. Hold for a moment. I'm dropping down maybe about 30% tension. Thinking of, again, setting that left hip forward. Now we're going to add on a little bit. You're going to rotate towards the inside of the right thigh. Just a little bit. Breathing through center. And then open a little bit into that left side. Hold. One more time. Now maybe you add a little bit more rotation. I'm still scooping and tucking that tailbone under, pushing down into the sticks. I want you to be mindful that you're not shifting your hips out to the right or left side. You're staying centered. Coming through center to the other side. Pause here. Take a moment. Step your right foot in, push down into the sticks. You could slide your hands down a little bit and come to standing. Now the other side. So the left leg is going to be forward. Right leg is going to be back. Your right knee could be down on a pillow or towel if needed. Immediately, again, we're taking that anterior tilt out, scooping the tailbone under, pushing down into the sticks, getting a little bit of traction through that upper body as you hold up high. And now, slight rotation at first. Again, be mindful that you're not shifting the hips from right to left. And then open to your right. Good. Inhaling and exhaling, nice and smooth. Open a little bit deeper into the stretch, rotating inward towards your left thigh. Hold here. And through center, up and over to your right. Again, keeping that tailbone under, pause. Come through center, slide your foot in, slide the hands down just a little bit, and slowly come to stand. Perfect, shake it out. We're gonna be using our bench and just a little bit for some Bulgarian split squats, so keep that nearby. If you have your resistance band, we're gonna take it to the tops of the feet. This one, like I said, is medium tension, and we're gonna take our 2 long sticks. I've got my timer. We're gonna march in place. So sticks, both of them are gonna face inward towards you, so not away from you, close to the body. And I want you to take your palms and corkscrew the knuckles forward so that you're really able to kind of pat your shoulders. Standing tall, you should feel, again, that activation of your core, tailbone nice and neutral. And you're gonna push down into the floor with about 70 to 80% of your strength. And then using the band or no band, you're gonna flex the foot and go into your knee lift. So I've got the timer going. Again, I'm keeping that activation through the back. Pull, breathe. Tailbone again stays under. You're gonna feel again that stability coming from that standing leg, activating the glute. You'll feel your core muscles wrap in, mid-back, keep going. I love marching variations and carries for stability and strength, whether it's using stick mobility or kettlebells. Keep going. Last 15 seconds. Drive down into the sticks a little bit more. Keep that foot flexed. Pull. Breathe. 5 seconds. Almost there. And recover. Excellent. Shake it out. Take the band off. Grab some water if you need it. We did this in last week's class, so we're going to use our side wall. I've got a piece of towel against the furniture. And you're going to face out. We're going into a hip hinge with a row. Feet now are placed hip width apart. Your arms are not going to be up high. So as you hinge forward, you're going to have them where you would be in your typical row position there on a diagonal. We're going to do 6. So, standing tall, chin neutral, about 60 to 70% of your strength. You're going to push back into the wall. As you hip hinge, lift the belly, keep pushing back, pull, row, lengthen, and then drive up, staying connected. Push back into the wall, hip hinge, light up that posterior line, pull, and slowly stand up. 4 more. Push back, breathe, pull, stay connected, keep those shoulders down and back, drive up. We've got 3 more. Hip hinge, push back, pull. So you should be shaking, I'm quivering here. And slowly come up. Last 2, push back, 70, 80%, squeeze, inhale, exhale, drive up. 1 more, hip hinge, push, and then pull. Lengthen those arms, and drive up. Very nice. Taking 1 stick down, we're going to go into our Dunphy Squats. So like I said, there's going to be quite a bit of leg work here. We're going to go for 6 slow and controlled Dunphy Squats with a 4 count. 4 counts to lower, 4 count hold, 4 counts up. Now if you're like me and you have a ceiling that gets all black from the stick, the magic eraser works wonders. So you're a little wider than your hip width. We're going to do 3 with our right hand on top and 3 with our left hand on top. I'm starting with my inside right hand on top. Everybody's alignment is going to be a little bit different, but I want you to focus on really working, maintaining the position of your tailbone. So pushing into the ceiling with about 70% of your strength. Come in nice and close. We're going to lower on 4 counts. Pull yourself down. 1, elbows in. 2, 3, hold on 4, 4 counts, hold 1, 2, 3, now on 4, drive up slow, up 1, push, up 2, up 3, up 4, again, down 1, down 2, 3, 4, hold 4 counts, hold 1, 2, you should be trembling, 3, 4, drive up slow, 1, 2, keep pushing, 3, 4, again, down 1, 2, 3, watch that alignment, 4, hold 1, 2, 3, on 4, drive up, 1, 2, 3, 4, switch hands, so now the left hand's on top, Take a second to recover. If those didn't fatigue you, more pressure driving upward into the ceiling. Here we go, down 1, push, 2, 3, 4, hold 1, 2, 3, on 4, drive up slow, 1, push into the ground, 2, 3, 4, 2 more, 1, 2, nice and slow, 3, 4, hold 4 counts, keep pushing, breathe, stay with it, 4 counts up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 more, down 1, all your strength, watch that alignment, 4 count hold, 1, 2, 3, on 4 drive up, 1, 2, 3, and done. Woo, those feel good. Okay, take a moment, recover, grab a sip of water if you need it. We're going down to 1 single stick, and we're going to need our bench once again, or chair. We're going into Bulgarian Split Squats, and we're going to add on. We're going to add a calf raise into our Bulgarian Split Squat. But before we do that, I just want you to take a moment, really get into the feet. It doesn't matter what hand is on top. I've got my left. Just want you to pedal out the feet for a moment. Little releve. Spread out the toes. Stay in that horse stance. Good. Now circle one side. I'm going clockwise first. Perfect. Do a few counterclockwise. Remember, the hip stays still. The foot ankle creates the circle. And switch. I'm going to go inward first. Foot ankle creates that clockwise circle. Tailbone stays under. And then go counterclockwise. Good. Let's do 2 more here. Pause. Now, find your alignment. Both feet. Releve. Lower with control. Let's do 2 more. Whoop, that one when I lost my balance. Let's do 1 more. Excellent. Good. Shake it out. Now our left leg is going to be our forward leg, and we're going to plant our foot with the right. So top of the right foot is going to be down. If you're more comfortable with ball of the foot, by all means, please do. Our stick is going to be in our right hand for a little bit of support. You're going to angle the stick so it faces in closer to you. Pack that shoulder. You're going to get that lat activation to create a bit of stability. I'm going to take my outside left arm. As I lower, pause at the bottom, releve, lower the heel, and then drive up. I just got to go a little bit wider. We're going to do 5. Okay. Tailbone under, zip up that front line, left arm forward, right arm has the stick driving down. Come down nice and slow, find your focal point, releve, lower the heel, drive up through the backside. Good, 4 more. Slowly lower, pause, releve, knee stays stable, lower, and slowly rise out of your lunge. Right back down, find your focal point, releve, lower, glide back up. We got 2 more. Slowly lower, releve, perfect, flat foot, drive up. If you don't want to releve, that's okay, you don't have to. Good. And slowly come out of it. Very nice. So now we're going to do 5 with the right leg forward. You'll notice the difference. I'm right-handed, my left side, my left leg tends to be stronger. That cross body. Pack the shoulder. Find your alignment. Do practice 1 if needed. Okay, so we're going to go 5. Eyes forward, tailbone tucked under, lower, releve, this is my harder side, and drive up. Don't forget to breathe, don't hold your breath. Slowly lower, releve, come up out of it. Find that focal point, push down into the stick with that left, maybe about 30-40% of tension. We have 2 more. I just noticed that my back foot was kind of splaying out quite a bit, so I'm gonna fix that. Drive up, good. 1 more. Control the down. Releve, lower, and slowly come out of it. Excellent. Shake those legs out. Grab water if you need it. And we're gonna do 5 now on each side. A lateral lunge with knee lift. So we're gonna take our stick to our lower back. And I'm gonna step out first to my right, come across with the left, push into the stick and balance. And then I'm gonna step out to the left. So let's do this together. It is so hot today. My glasses are starting to steam up. Okay, so standing tall, push into the stick. You're gonna activate and stabilize the backside. Step out to the right, left comes across, find your focal point, glide up, hold, good. Now, left leg goes out into that lateral lunge, right comes across, grip the ground, find your focal point, lift. Perfect. Back to the right, left side comes across, find your focal point, stabilize and hold, push into that stick. Perfect. Now we're going left, right comes across. Excellent. Back over to the right. Nice and controlled. Take your time. We've got 2 more on each side. So I'm still pushing into the stick, driving up, really working that foot ankle complex. It's a bit fatigued at this point. As you can see, we got 1 more on each side. Come across, drive up, pause. Good. Come across, watch that alignment, core stability, and recover. Excellent. So we're going to take our stick to the ground. You can use your long stick for your dead bugs, or I just had my short stick nearby, so I'm going to use this. We're going to lay back, take a moment. Actually, let's kind of stretch our back first before we go into our dead bug. So knees over to your left as you look over towards your right. Hold here for a moment. And then through center to the other side. Perfect. I'm just going to take my glasses off because I can't see anything now. Stick is going to go mid-thigh. Before I even move, right, I'm going to kind of have that pelvic tuck. Tailbone is flat into the ground. I can already feel my front line light up. I personally like to keep my head up. You can keep your head down. If you need your towel or pillow for your neck, you can place it there too. Even though we don't have a block between the knees, I want you to think of having a block between your knees so that we keep them in line with the hips. You're going to slowly elevate so that the feet are flexed, the heels are going to be right in line with the knees, and the knees are above the hip line. Slight tuck again. Now, all I want you to do first is to push. So my palms are pushing forward the stick into the thighs, and at the same time, my knees are pushing forward into the stick. So if somebody was to have a string underneath your hip line and they were trying to pull it out, they wouldn't be able to because you're staying connected to the ground. Breathe, hold 4 more counts. Hold 1, 2, 3, on 4, take a moment, gently lower, and shake it out. Now we're going to add on by extending our leg. So, again, we have that same setup, slight tuck, right? Head can be down or up. Now flexing that right foot, I'm going to extend the leg, reach down and draw it back in on the exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale back in. Sorry, I think I had the breathing backwards there for a moment. And draw it in. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, draws it back up. Keep pushing. Watch your alignment. Again, strong flex. Draw it in. Let's do one more. Push, push, push. And take it back in. Excellent. Take a moment. Again, stretch. Adding a third layer. Now we're only going to do 3 on each side. So if the left leg has the stick pressing into the thigh, I'm going to go across my body. My right arm is going to have the stick. I'm going to flex this foot, extend that right leg in 3 times, elevate, and lower, keeping connected. Push, push, push into the stick. Watch your alignment with your back. One more, up, 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 up. Lower with control. And then take a moment, we're gonna switch sides. If this is too advanced, you could always do your active dead bug once again. Flex that foot, up, up, up. Gently lower. Watch the alignment with the back. Keep breathing. One more. Control it. And lower. Well done. Okay, getting to our stretching. We're going to take our long stick here, going into straddle before we go into our half kneeling monkey hang. Legs wide. Now I'm very mobile, so I'm not going to go all the way out to the side. I want you to find what is comfortable and works for you. If you're struggling with staying upright with the chest, you could always sit on your towel or your pillow. That should help a little bit. And again, the stick is right between the arch of your feet. At first, I just want you to cross one hand over the other, flex the feet, bend those elbows so you're pulling back, and then point your toes. Take the top of the foot over the stick. And it feels quite different. Nice. And then flex once again. Drive down through the heels. You should feel, again, supported with the torso so you're not hollowing your middle. And then point. Pause here. Draw in. Maybe you take your chest forward. Shoulders stay down and back. Excellent. Come back. Reflex. Keep your right hand where it is. And simply take the left palm to the floor behind you. Look over that shoulder. This inside right shoulder should not be hiked up, right? So I'm pulling back, my elbow is soft. Hold. Then cross over through center, keeping again the feet flexed. Take that right hand to the floor, sit nice and tall, and look behind. Breathing, inhale and exhale. One more time. This right hand now is going to come a little bit further. Over. Flex. Drop that inside shoulder. Nice. One more. Left over to right. Keep the flexion of the feet. Keep drawing back. Sitting nice and tall. And release. As you come through center, take the stick down first. Hands are going to go right underneath your knees so you don't kind of shock your hips there. Go nice and slow. Palms to the floor and do a little 90-90. Think of that knee going towards 12 o'clock. Let's do one more each side. Good. Through center. Perfect. Now, going into our half kneeling monkey hang. If you need your towel for your knee, by all means, please grab it. So I'm going to hold up high. The stick is on the left side. This right leg is going to cross over, and then the inside left knee is going to lower to the floor. And then I'm going to take top of that back left foot down. My right hand is going to come across right through the midline to grab the stick. Pushing into the stick about 30%, then I'm going to rotate inward towards the right thigh, really getting into that lateral line once again, allowing the hip to fall out to the left. Breathing, inhale and exhale. And as you come through center, you're going to extend your right arm forward, slide the left hand down, push into the stick, and look behind you. Slowly come up. Hand comes across. Let's do one more. Hold your half kneeling monkey hang here. So I'm pulling with that right hand as I draw the left arm across. And then come through center. Lower the palm. Look back behind you. Squeeze that glute, right? So you have your alignment. And now we're going to switch. Square off your lunge. Drive through that front heel. Activate that glute. Stand up. And then we switch sides. So holding up high on that right side. Left leg comes across. So we're turned out with that front leg and the back leg. Stick is nice and close to the hip line. Top of the foot down. Your left hand's going to come across through the midline. Drape that right hip out. Pull. So I can already feel that this side is a little bit tighter than my other side. Stay with it. Keep pushing down into the stick. Now as you release, right hand glides down. Reach that left arm forward. Again, watch the alignment so you're not shifting right here. We're stacked, even though our legs are turned out a little bit. Come up. And rotate into the half kneeling monkey hang once again. Just breathe, hold, pushing down into the stick. Slowly come up, glide, look back behind you, tailbone under. I'm pushing down into the stick, feeling again that stretch through the front line. Nice. Come back through center, tailbone under, anchor with the ball of your back foot, drive up to standing. So we started class with bow and arrow. I want to go and return to the bow and arrow, but this time with the narrow stance. And we did work a little bit on those lateral lines, so this should feel pretty good. Left leg is going to cross over the right. Left hand. Now I know I have to kind of take my stick out a little bit further. And then I'm pushing out with that bottom right arm. Tailbone is under, so the feet again are gripping the ground. Inner thighs are pressed towards one another, looking upward towards the ceiling, and then I'm pulling back with that top left arm. Hold. Stay with it. Excellent. Slowly come out of it. Well done. Right leg crosses over the left. Take again, tailbone under. So we grip the ground. Lead with the hip first. Press out. Pause here. Hold. So again, notice which side is a little bit more restricted, or if they feel the same. Hold 3 counts. 1, 2. On 3, slowly come out of it. Excellent. Find your second tall stick, or long stick I should say, and we're going to go into our hamstring stretches to finish. So we're going to create train tracks by taking the sticks onto the tops of the shoulders. I'm going to stagger. My left leg is going to be forward, right leg is back. I want you to notice that if you feel like your back heel keeps rising, you could go a little bit more narrow with your foot positioning. Again, everybody is different. Squaring off, flex the palms, begin to glide forward. So even though my legs are straight, I'm not hyperextending into the knees, and I'm going to pack the shoulders, engage those lats, bend into the back right knee, and flex the left foot as I draw back. Breathe. Eyes forward. Watch that alignment. So there shouldn't be a huge drop in your hip line. And then flatten the foot. Look down to the floor. Maybe you go a little bit deeper. If you have to work up higher, that's totally fine. Again, maintain that nice length through the spine. Then you're going to bend into that back right knee, flex the foot, and draw back. Now, turn the toes out to your left a little bit. Think of the big toe coming in towards your forehead. So we're doing a little bit of flossing. And then rotate the toes inward. It's going to change it up a little bit. Realign. Flatten the foot. Pause here. Maybe you go a little bit lower and hold 4 counts. Hold 1, 2, 3. On 4, soften, pull back, and then slowly release. Use the sticks to come to stand. Shake it out. Well done. Right leg is going to be forward. Left leg is back. Remember, if being too wide, if you're struggling to have that back heel down, then narrow your stance. Hinge forward. We're starting up a little bit higher. Soften into the left knee and pull back. So pushing down into the sticks gives you a little bit of stability. Again, lift the belly, hold. Breathe. Stay with it. Then we're going to flatten our right foot. I'm going to go a little bit wider, and then I'm going to lower a little bit deeper into the stretch. And again, I just want you to work with what's comfortable for you. Then bend into the back left knee, flex and draw back. So we still are maintaining that nice length through the spine. We're going to corkscrew the toes out for a moment. Again, flexing the foot, thinking of the big toe coming forward towards the forehead, and then rotating the toes inward. Pause. Come back through center. Flatten. Maybe you go deeper, right? Again, personal to you. You're not hyperextending those knees, even though the legs are straight. And then one last time. Draw back. Lift the belly off the top of the thigh. Length through the spine. Hold. Almost there. Flatten the foot. Use the train tracks. Slowly glide up. And shake it out. Excellent. Thank you so much for joining me for today's class. I'm at KelsBells88 on Instagram. And just a reminder to check out Stick Mobility's YouTube channel, so that there's plenty of stick mobility tutorials there. They also have the Movement Made Better podcast videos up, and all of the live classes later on get loaded up to YouTube. You can find the Stick Mobility podcast on Spotify and Apple. I'll see you next week, and then my friend George returns for the month of July, and I'll be back for August. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.